you're stuck in a never-ending loop of stress and worry, especially if you have been dealing with any kind of health challenges and any other challenges in your life. And what if I told you that finding and embracing joy in your life by cultivating a gratitude practice that you can bring into your life on a daily basis can offer you a resting place in your heart, one that you can actually find as a sanctuary and come back to as and when needed, simply by saying thank you, right? Whenever you are dealing with any kind of challenges, sorrow or grief, you can find a resting place in your heart. My name is Anindita and I am a functional medicine certified health coach and practitioner, and today I'm talking about why viewing a life through a lens of gratitude can significantly enhance our life, our relationships, our health, right? Our emotional, physical and spiritual well-being. So first I want to start by sharing one of my favorite stories, and this one is about donkeys, right? So this is from the Sufi tradition, and it's about Mullah Nasruddin, a wise, eccentric man from the Sufi tradition. And this story starts with Mullah and his donkey crossing the borders of Persia and Turkey, right? So he used to take his donkey and cross over from Persia to Turkey and then come back again. So the custom official at the border used to find that there was something fishy going on. And do you know why? Because every time that he used to go and come back, he seemed to be getting richer. So Mullah Nasruddin was physically sort of getting richer right in front of their eyes. So he used to take a donkey, cross the border, come back again, and he was wearing better clothes and some jewelry, and this went on for quite a while. And whenever they tried to search him, they did not really find anything, right, interesting. They didn't really find anything, but they were pretty sure that he was smuggling some kind of contraband, right? So they kept on searching him but never found anything. So this went on and he became richer and richer. And then quite a while later, once he was in the bazaar, and one of the retired customs officials who had tried to figure out what was going on, what he was smuggling, found him there. He was also at the same marketplace, and he asked Mullah Nasruddin that I have retired from the customs duty, so I have a generous pension and I'm no longer looking to arrest you or sort of to tell on you. So can you please share with me what you were smuggling across the border from Persia to Turkey, because I'm pretty sure you were smuggling something. And Mullah Nasruddin smiled at him and said, donkeys, right? So this story, of course, is not really about donkeys. It's about what is there right underneath our nose and we can't really see it. And it's the same thing with joy in our life, those moments of joy that are ever present in our lives, even in the midst of very, very difficult, challenging times, and we just don't get to see it, right? So that's what the story is about. It's one of my favorite stories about gratitude, in fact. So you may be experiencing a sense of failure, a sense of emptiness, even when you're having good health days, right? Or you may be focusing only on symptoms and setbacks instead of celebrating the strength that you showed at the last doctor's visit. Or you may be constantly feeling anxious about flare-ups, even though you are sort of going through a good time right now, right? So if you're dealing with any kind of health conditions, this might be something that is very, very familiar to you. But the main issue here isn't the chronic illness per se, right? It's actually focusing too much on the things that are going wrong and not enough on the other things that are also going well for you, right? So it's focusing too much on the pain and the restrictions, which might actually be stopping you from noticing the better days that you're experiencing, like the days that you don't have a flare-up, the days that you don't have any pain or minimal pain, right? So you can't really, and you maybe have tried different treatments, but you are not really feeling content because you're also not focusing on what is actually working for you. Give me a thumbs up if you have faced this in any area of your life, whether it's in health or something else. In any case, no matter what you're going through, no matter what we are going through, it's all too easy to feel helpless and overlook the good that is also there in our lives, right? I know that from personal experience, all of us have this tendency, because we tend to a lot of times focus only on the glass half empty and complain about all the things that are wrong with our lives. And as the saying goes, you can complain because roses have thorns, or you can rejoice because thorns have roses. Right? It's a beautiful way of reminding us that we also have to appreciate the roses that are with the thorns in our lives, right? So that's something that I wanted to sort of share with you here. It's one of a beautiful quote that I really like. Shalini, thank you for sharing that. This is an amazing quote to sort of summarize what I'm trying to say. And now I'm going to talk about how to shift your focus to what is already right underneath your nose. If you've heard the story that I just shared with you about Mullah Nasruddin smuggling something, but the custom officials could not simply make out what he was smuggling, and he was taking donkeys from Persia to Turkey. Eventually, of course, then we find out that he was actually smuggling the donkey itself, right? And that's how he got richer and richer. So I'm about to share with you how to recognize the joy that is already present in your life, and how you can let it into your awareness by cultivating a grateful heart. Right? Any other thing that you want to do well in your life, you have to practice, right? So we call it the gratitude muscle, and you have to practice the gratitude muscle. So my name is Anindita, and I'm a functional medicine certified health coach and practitioner, and I help women with autoimmune conditions reverse their symptoms with their bodies as their guide. And I actually, when I speak to my clients, I often talk about the missing vitamin in most people's lives, right? Have you heard of this vitamin? Vitamin J for joy. Most likely not. Most of us have not really heard about this vitamin. We've heard about vitamin D, we've heard about vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K. We take supplements, we make sure that we're having the right food. So we're having leafy greens, citrus fruits. All that is necessary and all that is important. However, if we miss out on the joy that is in our life, if we do not appreciate what we have today, how can we stay motivated? How can we continue to keep going, put one step in front of the other, especially when we are dealing with a challenge, right? Especially when we're trying to build our resiliency, whether it's physical resiliency, whether it's an emotional resiliency. Yes, Shalini, vitamin J, that's something that is often missing from our lives, right? It's so easy to overlook, and my clients often have a puzzled look on their face when I ask them about this. And joy, a lot of times when we are adults, we naturally have an inclination towards joy when we are babies and toddlers and young children. But I think about the age of 5 on 6 and maybe slightly older, that seems to seep out from our lives, right? When we are young children, you see a child naturally happy and in awe and in wonder, because they're really learning new things. They smile. I think I've forgotten the numbers, but I think they smile some 10, 20, 30 times more than adults do, and that's so sad, right? Because there's so many things that we can really focus on, and joy actually is not over the top or bubbly or falsely cheerful. A lot of adults seem to think that joy is that it is, you put up a mask and you have this smile on your face and you're happy all the time. That's not what joy is about. Joy is something that is already present in your life, and it describes all the healthy states of your mind, which brings a sense of contentment, peace, happiness, and calm, right? It's already there in your life. Even if it is, in a fleeting moment, even in the darkest of times, there will be moments when the sun falls on your face and you are sort of thankful to be alive. Even in the darkest moments, someone will come and give you a hug. Like you might be going through a very tough time and you might get a hug from someone. Even in the darkest moments, you might be, sort of being able to sit down and actually savor a cup of coffee or tea, right? These are all moments of joy, but they are right under your nose, but you're not able to see it yet, right? It's much more than a fleeting emotion. It's a essential component of our psychological well-being. That's what joy is. And it encourages appreciation, it cultivates a sense of gratitude, contentment, right? All of these go hand in hand. And it's actually to feel gratitude, we have to be attuned to the good that is already in our lives, right? We cannot feel gratitude if we are not ready to open our eyes and see what's already there. That's the first prerequisite of leading a grateful life or cultivating a grateful heart. Basically, it is the pure and simple delight that I am alive, right? I have woken up in the morning, and no matter what I'm dealing with, no matter what situation I am going through, I am alive, right this moment. I have my breath, and then I have the next breath. It can be as basic as that. So, and what you will find is that if you intentionally cultivate joy in your life, if you intentionally look for it, you start paying attention, you will find that it can be a resting place in your heart, a kind of like a sanctuary when you need it the most, right? When you're going through a tough time, when you face challenges, and it energizes us, right? That's the beauty. And we can do this in such simple ways. So for example, when I am feeling a bit down, one of the ways that I perk myself up is reading a book. I'm a voracious reader. But the other thing is to music, like dance, moving your body, sort of lifts, not sort of, it lifts you up, right? It lifts your mood up. And there is a connection, there is a biochemical reaction that happens. So your thoughts actually affect your mood, and and that affects your physical well-being. So they are all interconnected, right? So simple ways of doing that. And now let's explore 5 simple rituals that you can use every single day to embrace gratitude and get your daily dose of vitamin J, right? So J for joy. So I'm talking about 5 simple rituals that you can actually implement in your life to get your daily dose of vitamin J. My name is Anindita, and I'm a functional medicine certified health coach and practitioner. So the first thing that I want to share with you is here in this particular in this section of the session today is that embracing a life of gratitude doesn't have to be very complicated, right? It can be as simple as you want it to be. It is about recognizing the value of each and every moment in your life, of finding, noticing and appreciating what you have. And according to Dr. Robert Emmons, there are 3 steps that is necessary to find the right kind of gratitude. Step number 1 is joy. I'll be talking about it, which is look for the good. Step number 2 is grace, receive the good. And step number 3 is love, give back the good. Right? So these are the 3 steps, and I've incorporated some of these into the 5 rituals that I'm going to share with you. If you want to delve deeper into this topic, you can check out his book, The Little Book of Gratitude by Dr. Robert Emmons. So if you can get used to using your senses to look for all the gifts that are already there in your life, you can find the most valuable gifts in the most challenging time. Right? So these are 5 rituals that you can start start using right from today. 1 is gratitude for small wonders. By that I mean, at the end of the day, write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or just a few things that you are thankful for, right? Just writing that down. And again, you don't need to do it every single day. You can do it a few times a week. That is good enough, right? It's not about perfection. It's about doing it consistently. Noticing, and what happens is that what has happened for me is my sense of gratitude and appreciation has naturally become more enhanced as I've been doing this practice. I started out by writing it. Now I do not write it in that sense, journal about it every day, but in different ways throughout the day, I do pause and reflect on what I'm thankful for. Right? It's, as I said, you're practicing your gratitude muscle and you become better and better at it. But if you're starting today, then I would recommend that you start by jotting down 1, 2, 3 things that you're grateful for, right at the end of the day. See how that works for your sleep and how that makes you feel, how happy and content that makes you feel. That's the first ritual that I want to share with you. The second ritual is something that you can do when waking up in the morning or even before going to sleep at night. That's called basically doing a body scan with gratitude. Again, as simple as you possibly can make it. So when you are lying down, either, as I said, before you wake up in the morning or just when you're going to go to sleep, just close your eyes and just do a body scan. By that I mean you can start at the top of your head. I like to start at the bottom of my feet and just notice your feet, then your ankles, and just paying attention to that area, that particular area, and just saying thank you for that area, right? So thank you to your feet, maybe on your ankles, then your legs, then your knees. They're doing so much of work for you. Your body is working so hard for you. Just taking that moment, like it just takes a couple of minutes to just appreciate what your body has done for you or is doing for you, works wonders, right? So just keep on doing that body scan. Start at your feet and slowly keep coming up your body till you reach the top of your head, and maybe just bathe your entire body in the warmth of your appreciation and just say a simple thank you. This whole exercise does not need to take more than a couple of minutes, and it can be done beginning of the day or end of the day, and it does wonders for sleep and everything else, and mood. So that's a second ritual that I want to share with you. The third ritual is something that you're doing already in your life, but I just want to enhance that ritual. So it's savoring a cup of tea or coffee, right? Right in the morning when you're having a cup of tea or coffee, if you can sit down, switch off your phone, leave your newspapers aside or anything else that you might be doing, and just notice that cup of tea. Notice the mug, notice the aroma, the taste, the temperature, everything, and just pay attention and savor it, right? Savoring is again just enjoying it. That's what it is actually about, enjoying. It's like, think of a small child who's looking at something, maybe he's having a strawberry for the first time. Think of how that young child would actually enjoy the strawberry. He's never seen it before, right? He would really look at the color, the shape, the size, everything, and would be so happy to have it. So bring that sense of joy in savoring this, right? It's a simple thing. You're doing something already. Just enhance that experience, right? So the first ritual I shared with you was gratitude for small wonders, which is basically gratitude journaling. You can do at the end of the day. That's a pretty good time to do it. The second is body scan with gratitude. This can be done either in the morning, just as you wake up, or before you go to bed at night. And the third I mentioned is morning savoring ritual with a cup of tea or coffee, because I find is the easiest when I ask my clients to do it, because this is a habit that they already have. The fourth can be early morning joy. Again, this can be done as a part of your morning routine. I find that's a very good time to do these practices so that you can actually enjoy the benefits throughout the day. That's a reason a lot of these things are a part of the morning routine, and maybe not so much the evening routine, right? So you can do early morning joy, which means that you find one practice that you want to add into your life, right? It can be listening to a piece of music, reading a poem, writing down something, anything that sort of brings you joy before you reach for your phone, right? It can be anything. Maybe looking out the window if you have a lovely garden, or looking at the horizon. It can be anything. It doesn't matter. It's just about pausing and just appreciating what is right in front of you and finding that moment of joy. That's what I've been talking about today, right? It can be because if you don't have much time, maybe even that is enough. It's just pause. It's just that moment, right? And the last but not the least is giving thanks to your past self, right? Sometimes we're so hard on ourselves that, okay, I need to do this, I heard this, that I need to practice gratitude and I need to cultivate this gratitude rituals into my life, but I'm not having the time, and, I should be doing it, and we should ourselves so much, right? So rather than doing that, what I would say is that see if you can write a letter of gratitude, expressing gratitude to your past self, right? For all the decisions that you have made in the past, for all the actions that you have taken in the past, knowing what you knew then. Now you might know differently and you will take different actions, but knowing what you knew then, what are the things that you have done, what are the ways that you have grown, you have made progress, and how can you show your appreciation for yourself, right? That can really change your relationship with yourself, which is actually the most important relationship in your life. So these are the 5 simple gratitude rituals that you can sort of incorporate into your life, integrate them, let them be a guide to the present and the wealth that your life actually already possesses. If you liked any of these, share what was the one that you, what is the one ritual that you want to start practicing from today? In the comments below. If you're watching it live, if you're watching this on replay, then you can always share in the comments and I'll get back to you, because I want you to remember one thing: amidst all the thorn, right, the roses are present, the roses bloom. So it's a matter of changing the way you see things, right? The roses were always there, but you maybe never got to see them. All you were seeing were the thorns in that plant. So it's just a matter of changing your perspective, and that can make all the difference in your life. And if you are ready to take it to the next level, then make sure that you join us for the 5-day gratitude challenge starting on Monday, the 15th of January. It's called the Joyful Journey. It's a 5-day gratitude challenge for women. The link is in the bio. You can head there and sign up, and you will learn how to discover the power of appreciation and how it can elevate your daily life in 5 days. By recognizing and celebrating the blessings around you, by unleashing the positivity that's already there within you, and maybe find a way to create a sustainable gratitude practice, right? If you like what I had to say, if you have any questions, I just put them in the comments below and I will see if I can answer them. Otherwise, head to the link in bio and sign up for the 5-day gratitude challenge, Joyful Journey. And I will see you inside the Facebook community, where I will be going in live every day at 12:30 to share with you some tips and some suggestions and encourage you on this journey. Shalini, thank you. I hope to see you there, and I'll see you again next week.